Lamar Jackson. Obviously, he's not Lamar Jackson, but his impact on this running game, and it opens up the passing game, is close. Like, you can't find anyone else to compare it to. Obviously, he's a poor man's or a destitute man's Lamar Jackson, but he is that version of player where his impact, making them a really strong running game, makes everything better. And his yards per attempt they're not bad. Like, he's better than Herbert. He's better than Mahomes in yards per attempt through the air.
Yes, this is actually sneaky big news.
Right.
Jalen Hurts is playing great. And take a look at the schedule the rest of the way for the Eagles. They've won 2 out of 3. They're running the ball like crazy. Their remaining schedule is second easiest in the league. They will not need to get on a plane the rest of the way, and they've got 5 of their final 7 against NFC East opponents. And so, it's been a long time since we dusted this one off. Tell me I'm wrong or tell me I'm right for Kmart over here. I'm telling you right now, Kimberly Martin, the Eagles are going to make the playoffs. Tell me I'm wrong.
It's an aggressive role.
Hello everyone, this is Al Kabir, the analyst, and today I will be talking ESPN Greeny. He believes Philadelphia Eagles will make the playoffs due to Jalen Hurts. This is Al Kabir, the analyst. Salute to Greeny. He said Philadelphia Eagles will make the playoffs, proven wrong. He brought up an interesting stat, and I've been seeing it now for the past 3 weeks. Jalen Hurts has the highest QBR of any quarterback in the league. Also, air distance, I think he compared it to Herbert, Matt Jones, and those guys. He has the furthest air distance of the ball, even though people keep saying he don't have the arm strength. So Jalen Hurts been looking really good, man. Brought up the schedule, of course, us having the second easiest schedule according to statistics. We don't really have to travel. Actually, we're not getting on the plane at all. The Saints game, we're going to be home. I think Jets is in New York. So everything is pretty local. The furthest game we're going to have is Washington. And Washington from Philly is about 2.5 hours. So, and Jalen Hurts just been balling. He putting himself on the map. You can't ignore it. As bad as he was playing, quote unquote, to the masses, he's playing really well. And those games are starting to turn to wins and very close battles. I didn't like the comparison. They called him a poor man's Lamar Jackson. That is what it is. But there was one analyst on there. She was just hating, rolled her eyes, and was like, well, can the Eagles win a home game? This and that. She really didn't go into details. That was poor. That was a poor job by her, by the way. I really wanted her to go into details on why the Philadelphia Eagles wouldn't go into the playoffs. She like, well, look at the NFC conference. They're really strong. Somebody corrected, like, no, they're not. Top heavy, but the bottom teams are not that good. And then plus we had the tiebreaker with the Atlanta Falcons, the Panthers. So what are we talking about here? Like, come on. And if we could beat the Saints, we're going to have the tiebreaker with them too. So come on. You got to stop this. So Eagles looking like they're in pretty good shape now. I don't want to really talk about the playoffs too much because I want to take it one game at a time. One game at a time, man. And this is around the time where teams can get hot or teams can cool off. Because if you start looking at the Rams, I think people are starting to figure them out. They're starting to cool off. Arizona Cardinals, the injury bug is getting to them. They're starting to cool off. So, and you look at the Eagles getting hot. Look at like the Tennessee Titans, they getting really hot. So you got some teams that's cooking right now. You got the Patriots, they getting really hot. So this is where it starts. And when teams start getting on that streak like right about now, nobody want to see them in the playoffs because they riding on this coattail of hot. They hot. The Philadelphia Eagles are hot right now, and Jalen Hurts is playing at a really high level. And we slowly but surely is finding the identity. I thought our identity should have always been run. We have a dual threat quarterback. Had Jordan Howard, who's a pure bruiser. You got Miles Sanders who can run the ball, and you also got Boston Scott. I mean, he's playing football. That's all I'm saying about Boston Scott. He's balling. You know, you got Kenneth Gainwell, like I thought it should have been during the offseason. Kenneth Gainwell, he can be that guy, but you don't want to overload him. You want to sit him back a bit. Just let him learn the game a little bit. Don't rush this man on the field. So now I think we got our three, man. Boston Scott, Miles Sanders, not in order, of course, and Jordan Howard. I think that should be our three. And Kenneth Gainwell, special teams here and there, but that's really it. And that's no knock on Kenneth Gainwell. He will get his opportunity. But hey, man, once again, salute to Greeny. Seem like you know what he's talking about. And I agree with you, Greeny. Philadelphia Eagles look like they can make the playoffs, but just one game at a time. One game at a time. But what do you think and how do you feel? Do you agree with ESPN Greeny? Will the Philadelphia Eagles make the playoffs? But this is Al Kabir, the analyst. Ghost.